and I am here with a official campaign statement from Joe Exotic that I will be with deep consideration with what is going on in our world and our country today. My running mate Thomas Wolfe and I are officially suspending our campaign for the White House. Biden and Harris have had nearly 4 years to prove themselves to the American people and to the world itself, and all they have done is trade very dangerous people for prisoners in other countries, get us involved in foreign wars, and dump hundreds of billions of dollars into other countries and their domestic problems, while our citizens work tirelessly to try to pay for gas, food, and rent. During their 2020 campaign, Biden and Harris both promised to fix the justice system and prison system, which they both took a huge part in by placing so many people in prison, causing the system to become overcrowded and corrupt. As of today, they have done nothing to help reverse the problem that they promised to fix. Even Congress has passed new laws that will clean up the federal prison system, and to this date, President Biden will not sign it because he knows he cannot fix it and will not hold his directors responsible for their poor work ethic and moral conduct. Kamala Harris cannot become president of the United States because Russia, China, and Iran will run over her and her administration like a bulldozer out of control. No one takes the Biden-Harris administration seriously because all that has been done with foreign problems is roll over to the threats, the attacks, and they have thrown money at the problems instead of standing firm like a country with the greatest world power should. Funding the killing of nearly 50,000 innocent women and children in Gaza, along with not responding with a heavy hand to the attacks on our military facilities around the world, shows their weakness and lack of morals. The only reason we are still funding Ukraine is because Biden has something to hide there and does not want it known. The Biden-Harris administration is open season on American military men and women with no recourse to those who attack them. The Biden-Harris administration has desecrated the soil of America with the border crisis and allowed parts of America to become third world cities with the homeless and overcrowding of illegal immigrants. With the suspension of Joe Exotic 2024, and as an openly gay man, I, Joe Exotic, fully endorse former President Donald J. Trump to be the next president of the United States. And I encourage every fan, friend, and loved one to do the same in the name of the American interest. I fully believe he can bring a halt to our involvement in the wars in the Middle East and stop the American taxpayer from funding all the problems in the Middle East and put money back into America so people can afford to eat and survive right here in America. President Trump will bring back America's ability to produce its own energy instead of buying it from other countries, and get the White House out of the pockets of the climate special interest groups that are funding Biden's agenda. As I simply don't agree with everything President Trump stands for, such as the right to reproductive rights and some of the slang he uses off the top of his head, such as all drug dealers belong on death row, he needs to remember his now vice presidential pick, J.D. Vance's mother, was a heroin addict, and instead of damning everyone with an addiction, it would win over many more votes if they both came up with solutions to help people instead of putting them in prison to just continue to be drug addicts. I believe J.D. Vance can add a lot to the administration because of his age, and he knows what it's like to not be born with a golden spoon in his mouth, and he has not been in politics long enough to have become one of the political elite. And he might know what the normal citizen is going through in life with addictions and the struggles to just get by. JD can add some light into President Trump's way of thinking because he knows firsthand that everyone can make mistakes and fall ill to addiction just like his very own mother. With 34 felony indictments against President Trump and the guilty verdicts of owing millions to the state of New York and for defamation lawsuits, I am hopeful that President Trump will make it right for the tens of thousands of us that have been caught up in the same corrupt system that he thinks he has. I alone have done nothing wrong, and if President Trump thinks he is innocent, he needs to look at my evidence of government witnesses admitting to perjury and federal agents knowing they were lying under oath, and admit that I am innocent as well, and allow me to move on with my life as a free man. Trump Vance 2024. Thank you, Joseph Maldonado, aka Joe Exotic. I also have a few reminders. Joe Exotic will be appearing this evening on the Rich Valdez America at Night show, and that's this evening at 10:15 Eastern Standard Time. Also, check out Joe Exotic's crypto coin, T-King, on Solana. More information is available at joeexoticofficial.com. And finally, there are a few remaining official campaign items available for sale at joeexoticofficial.com. This is your last chance to own a piece of campaign and political history. So on behalf of Joe Exotic and myself, thank you for tuning in tonight. Thank you for your continued support, and God bless America.